Action fantasy mangas are the new rage in comics. These are some of the top 10 action fantasy manhwas, like Solo Leveling, that you should read. You're reading the English translated version of the most popular action fantasy manga in Korea right now, which is similar to Solo Leveling. That's why this manga is so entertaining and interesting to read. And well, this manga is about a man who was born in one of the last tribes in our world with special abilities who suffers from an accident and wakes up in the present days. He was reincarnated into this world with his memories intact. Being born in a different era, he knows nothing about the current trends nor about the technology development. This is a list of the best action mangas and manhwa series that feature a solo protagonist. So let's begin. Number 10. The Lone Necromancer. This webtoon was pretty good to start. It's pretty average, to be honest. Nothing really interesting or standing out about the plot or the MC. Basic story: odd demons appearing to dungeons and gates and towers with an OP MC who seems weak at first. You know the drill. Around 50 years ago, after the Korean War, demon world gates appeared abruptly all over the world. Through the gates, demon creatures appeared, these otherworldly beings utterly imprevious to modern weaponry rained destruction across the world. Just when all hope for humanity was lost, the Masters awakened, humanity's one chance for salvation. With the appearance of these entities, the world began to change rapidly. Fast forward to 50 years later, we meet Gang Ku-sung, who had worked for a small company as a deputy who could never catch a lucky break. That is until he happens to be, awakened as a master. A rank 5 master who had once been ignored and scorned. Thus begins the uprising of a man who works his way up the bottom. You gotta read this manga for sure. Number 9. The God of Death. Wow, this is simply amazing. The art is just amazingly beautiful with a good storyline, with a decent character development. In my opinion, you won't regret reading it. And it's going to rock on a fateful and accident night. Shu Xuan was selected out of the millions by the Yonlo system to be coined as the new king of hell, also known as Yonlo. Join him as diving into the mysterious unknown and crosses thousands of planes and realms to become the strongest Yonlo in the universe. A solid read, man. Check it out. Number 8. Tybek, the tutorial man. Art is really good with this story, to be honest, and the plot is also classic. Simply, that is. A lot of backstory and talking, so some might call it boring, but I liked it. I like anything with development in it. Not too much action like Rooftop swordmaster, where everyone and everything is fierce and hot-blooded pure action, all main character repetitive. Fighting MC is kinda weak. His level 999 basic skills can beat level 250 overpowered skills, so you're looking for a super OP MC, this is not for you. But if you're looking for a weak MC that became OP, then this will be it. Read it if you have nothing else to read. Number 7. Golem Dungeon Rush. Its story is quite different from the dungeon type mangas we see nowadays. Hardworking Taijun struggling to support himself and his sister, so when an old friend asks him to try out a video game with hideous monsters, they're called Golem, he gladly takes a break from reality. Then these golems show up in real life and killing and destroying everything in sight. They're terrifying but also full of treasures like gold and diamonds. With his knowledge of the game, Taijun's primed to take these monsters down. The hunt is on, but will he survive? You don't know. It's pretty good, honestly. I like this kind of story. It's interesting, it keeps you engaged, it keeps you want to keep on reading more. There's all sorts of different aspects that are really good about it, like the story and the art style are pretty decent. So I like it. I like this kind of story. Number 6. My level's the best. When Sue volunteered as a beta tester for a cutting-edge Ultra VR game, he never imagined he'd be stuck there for the next 20 years. It was only after he finally died in the game he managed to log off from the game, only to realize 5 years have passed in real life. Reality seemed a lot harsher than the game world he had left. As his family went broke, having to pay his hospital bills all those years, he lay in bed, in a coma while stuck in the game. Pressed by loan sharks, Sue decides to turn to what he does best, and logs back into the game, hoping to make enough money in the gaming world to convert it into real-life currency and pay off the debt. To his pleasant surprise, Sue discovers that he keeps most of what he earned from 20 years of being stuck in the previous version of the game. This should be pretty easy, right? Right? It really is an amazing story, and it's pretty good. I love the tone and balances. Number 5. Dungeons and Artifacts. This is actually very good. It's about an explorer of dungeons who is aiming at getting his revenge against the prince who betrayed him in the dungeon. The story develops quite well, and the pacing is also good. The characters are also well written. This world is set up in fantasy land where human kingdoms, elves, dwarves exist, and so exist dungeons containing monsters with artifact at its core. The MC was able to get his hands on that exceptional artifact of dungeon where he got betrayed. This artifact helps him to get stronger by sucking mana from dead monsters and mana from the other artifacts of dungeon, and so he grew stronger. Number 4. I grow stronger by eating. The plot is nice, you can't really predict what is going to happen next, but you know it will be badass. The art could sometimes be a little more flashier, but overall great to read. Very nice, very cool. I enjoyed it very much. Our MC, known as Pet Shop Mr. Kim, has the unique ability to observe the skills of the creatures he eats. One day, Pet Shop is mysteriously transported to a magical world full of orcs, trolls, and monsters. A new world, new chow, and new skills. Now Pet Shop is determined to become the most powerful creature in the world. Follow his epic climb to the top of the food chain. Anyways, if you're looking for a unique isekai, you found one. Enjoy this one. Number 3, the max level returner. The story seems really interesting, and I think it has a lot of potential. The world falls into a state of panic when 120 million players of a popular VR game, Eternal World, vanished without a trace one day. A few months later, they begin returning one by one after dying in this game, but they're not the only ones to make it back. Monsters also start to appear and wreak havoc on Earth. All hope seems lost until the masked monarch, the most powerful player of Eternal World, returns. He quickly assembles his old team back together to defeat the beast and the nefarious Demon King once and for all. But man-made weapons they're useless as heck. What can we do about it? But they must fight anyway, and the players are struggling to level up without the game's special items or rewards. The masked monarch has a few tricks up his sleeve, but will they be enough to save the world? Let's find out when you read it. Number 2. The Heavenly Demon Can't Live a Normal Life. I enjoy the basis of this story, which is extremely similar to solo leveling. Like, the MC is weak and suddenly gets OP and badass. Trash of the Count's family, basically, but even more of a ruthless and overpowered MC. Heavenly Demon Baek Jung-hyuk opens his eyes as the eldest son of the Dmitri family. Known as the Fool of the Dmitri family, pushed over by the family's second son, the world's opinion is irrelevant. Heavenly Demon, no, Roman Dmitri cannot live a normal life. Overall, it's a pretty good read. And at number 1, we've got Rooftop Swordmaster. If you didn't read this one, you're missing out on one of the best hidden gems out there. This is revenge sort of manga with OP badass MC. Don't let the first few chapters fool you. Our MC alone fights everyone, and it's very satisfying to read, and the hype is real. It felt like I was reading Solo Leveling. No, even better than that. Overall, it's a great manga to read. You'll enjoy the fight scenes, and you'll fall in love with the mixed art and the story. If you're just looking for a revenge story with a good art style, this must be a must-read for you, my bros. Give it a try, because this is the kind of manga you will like for sure. Whee! And of course, the villain kills everybody who opposes him, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, yeah? Give it a try, man. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. And there are also other parts coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And if you give this video a like, that would be very cool. Share it with your friends and your family, and also subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zira Khan, and I am the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.